Hello, Gareth here, and we're going to do a quick watercolor sketch of this boat. It's a fishing boat in Japan. So the first thing I'm going to do, so we're going to use no pencil, we're just going to get straight into it. But the first thing, we need to make a weak mix, a touch of phthalo blue and a bit of red, but very weak. And we're going to do it with the maybe the sun coming from this side. So we've got this, and we need to think about how big it is. So this is going to be quite big. And once you start painting, then you have already determined the size. So just have a little think before you start painting of how big you want it to be. In a normal picture, I would have it smaller. Now I'm going to make a thicker mix and have to think about where this bow, is it the bow, goes. And then it comes down about here. So I've done a huge boat here, and then it goes about here. So you're going to make lots of mistakes doing this, but it doesn't matter, just have fun. Okay, and then we've got another white bit here, and then another blue bit here. It is a bit rough, but I like to think the general proportions are accurate. And then it's drying off pretty quickly. Now this bow, have to get that right. It goes down and then it goes like that, straight down. That's very important. And then it gets a little bit easier here. I can use a dark mix, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, and a touch of yellow ochre. Okay, so just a dark mix, because down here it's darker. Now the lighting on this boat and my lighting are different, and that might be a bit confusing, so sorry about that. My light's coming from this way, but in the photograph the light's coming from this way. So because I like to paint things looking towards the sunlight. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, that needs to be maybe a bit longer. And then let's do the reflections in the water. Just get straight into it. Now we're copying this, but the thing is it's a bit of a wavy line, and as it gets towards the bottom, the edge, it breaks up. So you really want to capture that. That breaking up effect. Now I must warn you, I've painted this boat now quite a few times, so I'm getting quite familiar with it, and I do have a lot of experience, so it counts for a lot. So it's going to be more difficult for you. That's why my philosophy is, I'm going to spray this, is just screw it up, create crap and have fun, because basically it's going to take a lot of failures before you do a painting you're really happy with. That's just the way it is. I've failed painting this boat quite a few times actually, but I keep going because I know each time I paint it I get better. Okay, so next we've got this mast, and then another one here, and we've got some little details here. I'm not sure whether to add them, because if you don't do it just right, then you can muck it up. Okay, then that there, and we've got these things here. There's all kinds of things happening on the top of this cockpit area. It really is just so full of stuff. It's unbelievable. So I'm just suggesting stuff. I'm not looking super closely, and I'm not worried about getting it super accurate, and I'd recommend that to you. Now I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, and I need to do this at the back. Now this is another tricky thing. Here there's, maybe that needs to be a bit longer. Ooh, just get rid of that strong colour a bit. There we go, like that. So here we've got this thing coming up, so it can be a bit tricky to paint that. And then quite a watery brush now. It's got some kind of pulley below it. And then here, just using very light colour, we've got some railings, sorry. And then in here, dark a bit. Maybe should have used a smaller brush for that. And then we've got, yeah, I'm using my pointed oval brush. Very dark colour, using all three colours. And here we go. It begins about here. It goes to about here. Ooh, that's a bit off. And it comes right down. I do it all in one go. Like that. And then here, a bit dark here. And I think that's nice. What I'm doing now is probably a bad idea. Adding kind of wet into wet. It's always a bit risky. And you don't have to do that. Oh, but that's looking quite good, isn't it? Then I'm going to get my liner brush and just do a few lines. So once again, I'm not looking for every single correct line here, because if I did all the lines, it just would look too much, to be honest, because there really are too many lines, or not lines, wires or ropes. There we go. There's some kind of thing on this, like that. And then a dark mix. And here we go, there's a bit there. And there's one there. And I haven't got the dimensions quite right here on this. But there you go. And then there's a little edging underneath. These windows are much squarer than that, but it kind of works. And then a line across there. And then I hope we've kind of done the boat. There are some buoys along here, but I'm not going to paint them. That it really is a bit difficult. What I might do very quickly is use a light blue and then just suggest some land in the distance. In fact, that's too strong. Wipe my brush on the rag. There we go. And there's a bit more suggestion. Okay, then I'm going to do a few suggestions of water, just a few like this. And then the sky, just get some water like that. Now this is still a bit wet, so it's very dangerous to do this, but there we go. And maybe that's too much grey. And then add some blue like that. Maybe a little bit there. And finished. Oh, and maybe there needs to be a dark bit, a dark window here. Where is it? Just maybe about here. And down here, it's actually quite strange, the arrangement of shapes there. And that's it. A Japanese fishing boat. Just a rough scribble, watercolor scribble. So please have a go and have some fun. And remember, this is just a scribble. You're just having fun and you're not worrying too much about making a painting. You're just having fun and developing your brushmanship and just your paint mixing and so on. We're using just a few colours and just a few brushes, and that's it. Okay, happy painting.